Gonna go eat a burrito or something. All right, happy Monday. I'm about to go out on an easy run. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I worked through lunch, so I'm just taking a late lunch to get my run in. Just getting out there for an easy run, but I'm gonna kneel down here for a sec, just so I've got a better view here. The camera's not weird. I'm a little sick, and so I'm just prioritizing sleep. With it being an easy run day, knowing my work schedule, knowing it could be a little bit flexible, I went ahead and I slept in a little bit more, took my son to school, just worked until now, and then we're gonna get out in the sun, hopefully. We're gonna try and go outside. We'll see how this goes. I'm not feeling crazy sick. I'm not feeling super congested, but I do have a little bit of sinus pressure. So I think I'm gonna go flush my sinuses out with the neti pot and then hit the roads, and just try and take it really easy. And similar to Saturday, now today's an easy run, so I'm not gonna be running hard, but if I do feel like I'm not feeling great, then I'll just call it and I will, come back inside, shower, get some moisture into the nasal passage, and just kind of try and recover. So yeah, we're definitely not doing speed work tomorrow. I don't feel terrible, but having to clear the nose a lot. I didn't get to clearing the sinuses beforehand because I didn't have filtered water, and I don't want to give myself a sinus infection, so I need to go to the store and get myself some of that. But we're about 3.5 miles in. We're probably going to cut it a little bit short, but I can run fairly relaxed. The Pegasus Premium, I'll do first thoughts at the end of this, but it's kind of what I thought it would be, which is not like anything special. It's not to say that it's not good. It's a very expensive recovery day shoe and a very comfortable recovery day shoe, but like the Glycerin Max, which so many people loved. So there's a big asterisk here, is like everyone loved, or not everyone, but a lot of people really liked the Glycerin Max. For me, I just didn't see it because it's such a niche use, or not niche, but narrow use maybe, of recovery. And the shoe's heavy, and so it's like, yeah, for recovery, or I guess long runs, but I don't really want, even if it's super plush, I don't really want like a super heavy shoe on my foot for a recovery run or for a long run. So with that, it just kind of, I don't know, it's just too narrow of a use for me to justify a price point usually with this type of shoe. It's really cool, and it is fun, it is bouncy, but I think one thing to take with a grain of salt is just the fact that I don't feel good today. So that's why, we get first impressions, but we also have full reviews after I have 30+ miles on a shoe. So all right, it is Tuesday morning. I'm not feeling good enough for speed. I need at least one more day of feeling like pretty good on an easy run before I'm confident hitting that. So this could end up being just a full week of easy running, which is not what I want, but I'm gonna get down there. 6 to 7 miles. We're just gonna go on the treadmill. It's a little bit colder outside. Still got that congestion, so we're just gonna hit it nice and easy, see how the body feels, and we'll go from there. All right, 5 miles done. We didn't do 6 or 7, but I do think I'm gonna lift in the afternoon. And so we'll do like a mile and a half kind of warm up before that lift. Just do some light upper body, get the body moving again. It's been a while since I've been out of town, so just wanna make sure that I'm starting that back up again. But overall, the run felt pretty good. Not crazy good. So we'll see. We may only get one speed workout in this week. It just depends on how the body responds to this run, how we're feeling in the morning. But for the most part, I am still dealing with a little bit of fatigue. I think I just got, a quick either virus or cold or something that is just sapping a little bit of my energy, giving me a little bit of congestion, but nothing crazy. So just taking it easy until the body tells me otherwise, and yeah, we'll keep going from there. All right, Wednesday morning. We're actually going to get outside today and hit a on-off float workout. Not sure how the body's going to respond, but I'm feeling pretty good. I felt pretty good yesterday, so I feel like we're okay. Same thing as last speed workout, basically. We'll go out, we'll feel it out. If it's not working out, we'll call it. Getting sick is always frustrating just because, you know, the paces that I'm trying to hit today, which are 6:30 pace for the ons and about 7:30 pace for the offs, should be really easy. Like, that shouldn't be intimidating in the slightest for me. But just because of, you know, being sick before, and just like, it's not the paces, it's more so like the lungs and how those are gonna feel. You know, I am a little intimidated when it comes to that. So we'll see, but we're gonna do our best. All right, well, I'm feeling a lot better, but clearly don't have the energy capacity to hit the paces I want today, and that's okay. The system's still probably tired and compromised. It's gonna take a little while. So I have one more rep left. I've been doing rest, including rest when I'm not technically supposed to have rest for this workout, but I figured we'd play it a little bit smart, and we stuck to kind of lower ends of paces as well. So gonna hit about one more mile and then we'll call it good. All right, finished my workout, just getting my my son's stuff ready for school today. I'm gonna go drop him off, and then we'll come back and we'll get to our work day, shower when we get back, just because we're running a little bit, not late, we're just running close, and I don't want my son to be late for school. But we got the workout in. I took rest, so it was supposed to be essentially an over-under workout for 6 miles without rest. I ended up taking a rest about 90 seconds to 2 minutes in between every 2 miles, because it was on off, so it was 7:20 off, 6:30 on, roughly. The 7:20s for the most part I could hit. The 6:30s I was pushing it, I could tell. So took that additional rest, finished strong with the last mile, and then only did about a half-mile cool down for 7.5 total miles. Had a mile warm-up, but you know, all in all, I'm not feeling 100%, which I already knew that was probably going to be the case. So I'm just happy that I was able to do that, and it didn't feel like I was going to die, which is what happened on Saturday when I did my speed workout. So it's to be expected. You're coming back from illness, right? You're going to be a little depleted. You're not going to quite have that energy in the legs. So totally fine. Not upset about it. Was glad that I could even do close to what was prescribed. And, you know, we'll do a little bit of a light lift, lower body lift in the afternoon. And then we'll get our easy miles tomorrow, do another kind of tempo workout Friday, and then easy long run Saturday. So, all right, it is Friday morning. I'm about to go out for a speed workout, and it's like dropped like 10 degrees overnight. So we're in the 30s, high 30s. So it's not that cold, but it's just the contrast. So like, if it's going to feel super cold to start. So I'm going with a jacket and pants over my my tights and stuff to start, and I'll probably shed these after the warm-up, but I wanted to test out a couple of different shoes against each other today. So we're going to break the Puma R3s back out. Got the R3s, and then we're going to switch probably mid-workout to the Metaspeed Ray, and then also throw in the Pro Evo 2 from Adidas in there, and just kind of get a general feel, because I think I know, you know, which one is the best super shoe for me, like which one I prefer and all that, but it's always good to kind of confirm. Saturday morning, just getting my pre-run fuel in, and then we're going to hit the road. We are doing 13 miles, mainly just chill. So it's cold outside, but it's not, I don't know how to dress when the weather starts to change like this.
It's like 40 degrees, so it's not that cold, but it's cold enough that you want to layer up when you start. So I don't know, we'll see. I might end up ditching the jacket partway in, but we are going long tights, so we'll see.
All right, I just hit my first 2 miles, and if that was a warm-up, I feel like garbage. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just trying to cover mileage and take it easy, so we'll just keep moving. I just don't want to be out here for forever. 10 miles in, I'm feeling it. The legs have warmed up some. Like I'm holding like a 8:30 pace probably for the whole thing, but I'm feeling it. I mean, I did a speed workout yesterday just because I was sick earlier in the week. I had to kind of condense and move some stuff around. So it's almost like doing back-to-back long runs in a way, just because the intensity yesterday plus the mileage today. So I'm just taking walking breaks. I'm still going to average a decent pace. Can you guys hear that? There's a very sad and lonely puppy over there. Sad guy. Anyway, just walking, gonna breathe, and then finish 3 miles and casual half marathon for the Saturday to cap us off. Just over 50 miles for the week. All right, I am tired. We're gonna keep this short, but man, basically Wednesday had the mile on, mile off. Friday, yesterday had the 800s and 400s, and today 13-mile long run, or half marathon long run. I'm just beat up, really beat up. I need to take like a bath or something, use the boots, just do the little things to sit back, relax, and recover. So I'm feeling it, but that should be just over 50 for the week. I think it's gonna be like 50 point whatever, and like 7 hours and 20 minutes of running. Like I said, I think I'm gonna kind of deload next week and then true taper into the 5K. I normally wouldn't taper for a 5K, but I can just feel if I keep my volume high for the next 2 weeks, like I need to invest in recovery because my body is beat up from travel and being sick. So I think I just need to kind of take it easy, not take my foot off the pedal from a speed perspective, but from maybe a volume perspective in the next 2 weeks, and then go get a 5K PR, hopefully, and then start for marathon training. So the Sonicblast, so I just did 13 miles in it, and that takes me right above 30 miles. So I'll just give some first thoughts here. I'll do a comparison between these and the Megablast because they released at the same time. Some people had questions. To me, this is very similar to the Magic Speed 4. Very, very similar. Like, there is some snap, there is some speed assistance, but man, I really, like, they're really stiff and they are really firm. What's really confusing to me is that the FF Turbo Squared, that's the same foam as what's in the Megablast. In the Megablast, I found it very soft, not like squishy, but soft and responsive. The Sonicblast never eased up for me. They felt harsh on feet that entire run. They felt harsh on feet every run I've taken them on. And what's weird is, like, I think it's FF Blast Max on the bottom. It's a dual density foam. That feels softer than the FF Turbo Squared. So I don't know what they did with it. The plate, the plastic plate, might be a nylon plate, I'm not sure, but it's not a carbon fiber plate, right? So it's something that's a little bit more flexible, but it was just really harsh on feet. That and the ankle collar for the shoe, I just felt like was kind of stiff. And I felt all these same things pretty much about the Magic Speed 4. Now I'm hopeful because it sounds like the Magic Speed 5 is going to be a little bit more of like a lighter, like more aggressive, speed-oriented plated shoe, and then these are more for like the long runs. These are basically, this is kind of the super trainer, honestly. And then you have like the unplated version, which is the Superblast, which is going to be softer, and then the Megablast is going to be, it's kind of like that unplated up-tempo style shoe, right? And I think that those all make sense actually in a rotation. I think when the Sonic and the Mega released, it was a little unclear like what everything was for. But I think if you look at the Megablast more as like the do-it-all
like the Evo SL, the Rebel V5, the like that's kind of the competition that we put it against, then I think in that context, I think in that sense, the Megablast makes a lot of sense. It's just the price is very different. But like if it is truly your do-it-all shoe, then it works, right? If it's, you know, some people are using that as their one shoe rotation and they love it, then the price is worth it. So anyway, there's the mileage for the week. There's the time for the week. Gonna call it there. Gonna go eat a burrito or something. Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good Saturday. That hopefully, or I guess it's, by the time you're watching this, it's gonna be Monday, huh? But so hopefully you guys have a good week, and we'll see you again next week.